Okay.
All right.
And we are back again for a third session. Or third section of the show. I have to reset this. Beep. Beep. Okay, cool. So we were talking about the different costs of the systems.
Yeah.
These things are expensive.
They are. There's no way around
really
it right now. Eventually, it's going to be like, oh, pop out $300 for a full system, I think.
Which is coming soon.
The whole head.
Yeah,
like
that's coming very soon. So we have the Vive, the HTC Vive that's out right now, which is the one that connects to the computers, the one that I was on in the Microsoft Store that we were talking about before. Yeah. The Oculus Rift, which is an interesting piece on right now. The Daydream, which I was showing you before. PlayStation VR, which you need a PlayStation system, a PlayStation 4 to use.
Yeah.
And the Microsoft HoloLens. So all of these devices. Oh, and there's the Samsung G whatever VR. I'm ignoring anything Samsung right now. So just Samsung.
Very well.
Yeah.
Well, we got to talk about HTC because they're doing the interesting stuff anyway.
Yeah, no, actually, I was ready to wipe them off 3 weeks ago, like when we started looking at this stuff, and then I went and did it, and I was like, okay. But at the same time, when they say something like you need a VR installer, yeah, I need somebody to come to my house and set it up. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out the whole.
That can't be. They can't go to market with that.
I don't understand. I don't get it. But like this is what this is for us, is going out and exploring and really figuring out how these things work and then telling people. The PlayStation VR, I'm going to get my hands on. I know 2 people that have it. The HoloLens is here. It sits between VR and AR. It's this kind of mashy thing. I think it's something that we talk about on a separate day. It's have you looked at? I've included.
This is the HoloLens. We can give you a preview of it, but it's like a whole show unto itself. Like you're saying, yeah.
It is on the list on the email. I keep on calling it an email. On the post that you're going to see, there is a deck that I put together of 3 YouTube videos on the HoloLens, and if you look at that, you'll be able to see the sorts of things that they're looking at: holographic projections and saving people's conversations, and all sorts of things that all of these other VR developers are not looking at, and the augmented reality people. When we start talking about those, they're not looking at this at the same way either. The HoloLens and the advanced research teams at Microsoft are doing really interesting things that actually I think have more of a business application than an entertainment application.
Yeah, they're letting virtual things interact in the real world. That's what I saw from the micro. Remember the Minecraft demo? That's a big one. It's really, really impressive one. You didn't see that?
If you find it, add it to the list, please.
With the table? Oh, okay. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah,
it's pretty neat. They showed that off 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, the videos I was finding. There's one HoloLens from a while ago, from about a year. There are 2 from a year ago, and one from 2 years ago. Actually, one. Yeah, I'm not sure when the times are on the videos. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, so there are these different systems, and then there's the costs of the systems, which, yeah, I think they're cost prohibitive right now.
Cost being a factor, I think if you're an enthusiast that doesn't particularly want to get into development, and you're not like a hardcore gamer kind of guy, then go get the PlayStation 1. That's what I would say, or go get the Dream. Because if it's for an experience, it's it's an official part of the show, man.
It is. That's legit.
It's totally legit. But if you're not, I'm not going to say light, but if you're only doing it for the experiences themselves, like if you're going to sit there on the rails and go, this is awesome, I'm going to do this again every night, then get one of the PlayStation ones or get one of the Dream ones. I would almost say more of the PlayStation ones, because PlayStation has some really amazing games too, even though they're still railers.
Yeah.
Like Job Simulator. I want to play that so badly. You've seen it, right?
No,
ridiculous.
It just sounds awesome.
Oh, you got to see it, dude. There's another one for the Vive PC. That's the Rick and Morty show in VR. I want to play it so badly.
See, that's my new thing, right?
Yeah, that sounds like
introduced to that.
Are you suddenly into Rick and Morty? Because I'm dying for season 3, man. Okay.
Oh my god, I have to like. Do you have We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk offline. It appeals to both of us. It's a great show.
Yeah, yeah. No, a friend of mine showed this to me the other day, and I'm like,
I avoided it for a year because I thought, this is going to just be tedious. Because it looks from the intros tedious, but now that you watch the intros after you watch the show, it's hilarious.
Yeah, every second of it is hilarious.
Yeah.
So I'm all about that.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, that's the kind of stuff that they're doing, right? Like, so I would love to go for the PC version, but I would have to sell probably my camera and my motorcycle before I could do that.
I just think that, like, for the Vive, for the Rift, for all of them, because the Vive and the Rift, you're looking at about, I think, $3,000 each. Let's just say 3,000 Canadian. The Daydream is subsidized. That's the trick. We'll get back to that for a sec, right? PlayStation VR, you have to pay for the PlayStation, you have to pay for the camera, you have to pay for the VR unit, so you're above $1,000 there, right? Or no, you're not. You're around $1,000. So let's just say that's a good. And Microsoft HoloLens is really not a product for people now. It's a business product. One of the demos in there is how Cirque du Soleil uses the HoloLens to design sets. It is amazing.
It's amazing, but it sounds a little sketchy. It sounds like one of those things where they sent in 10 Microsoft engineers too.
Yeah, absolutely, right? They weren't just like, this is what
I think I'll just buy this, and then it's like,
no, that's not what happened.
There was a crew outside of Cirque du Soleil in a tent.
No, they had trucks, man. You guys are from Microsoft. They had like these nice trailers.
One designer saying, this would be way easier if I just didn't have this helmet on. But it's a good concept. It's a good idea.
Well, they seemed very enthused on stage.
Gotcha. Best things in sliced bread.
Yeah, well, you know what? They'll look at it, because I think when it's like looking at Tilt Brush. Tilt Brush is the app that
Tilt Brush is really cool.
Yeah, and you can do the 3D, literally 3D paintings with your wands, with your hand wands, right? And once you get something like that into 3D, it sort of does change it up a little bit.
Yeah, because that's a practical thing. This is what we've been moving towards for years with tablets and stuff like that. I don't mean to bring this up, but you know how old people complained about computers for years because they didn't understand them.
Yeah.
And now you can't get them to shut up on.
They love them.
Yeah, because they make sense now.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, it works for me.
Yeah, they love them.
Like, kids make, it's like a dot moving across the screen, and we love it. But if you're already 35 by then, it's like, okay,
like, what the hell?
Enjoy, kid.
You bought it for the kid, for them to shut up and go away.
Yeah, but now it's like I read straight up magazines and newspapers and stuff on there, and you can watch TV at the same time.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're 8 or 80. It makes sense to have a tablet now.
Well, the thing that I'm on, like, I have the Surface, which I always kind of wonder. Yes, we'll have to get back on topic, but I always wonder with the Surface. I'm like, this thing is the easiest computer I've ever had to lose.
Yeah,
it just blends into everything. If I put it down in the wrong spot, it's gone.
Yeah, that's how it should be. That's how they should be, and this is how VR is eventually going to be.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to sit down with your friends in VR instead of,
And then, so to that point, check out the Microsoft HoloLens video. Yeah. There's one where a guy's in his living room. So the next generation of VR headsets, again, I'm going to go through those and tell you why all of these suck right now. All of them, including the Daydream that we're going to get. Like, I'm going to get the unit on its own, because I'm going to have to wait a few years for the technology to come down in price. But one of them would be a camera at the front, so I can walk around and not bump into walls.
Yeah.
Right. Simple things like that. So there's a bunch of other sensors coming into them over the next couple of years that will make the ones that we have look very 1.0.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm okay spending money on Daydream, because it's going to be a lower cost entry product that is going to be outdated anyway, and I accept that it's just like cardboard, because when cardboard came out, it was going up against Oculus Rift.
Yes, and it was just I'm still speechless over that swerve, essentially, because I had the Oculus Rift and I had the cardboard. The cardboard is basically this. The Oculus Rift is like, you know, get a helmet, do all this stuff, or wires.
How do you have those props?
I don't know. They're just here. I was about to use like a tissue box, but you know, you get the idea. And some string.
Yeah, no, it was big.
Yeah, and it made you sicker. I don't know how. Well, it was a 1.0, but
yeah,
anyway, yeah.
So these are all going away. So we're going to see some new hardware from HTC and Lenovo for the Daydream. I'm going to pick up one or both of those. The PlayStation VR. It's probably going to be one of the things that I get just because it's the VR for the PlayStation, and I'm going to want it.
Yeah, and we're PlayStation fanboys. I want to play.
I know. So I didn't get PlayStation 2, and I feel like a bad person. Like I played with Adrian.
I got into the PlayStation 2. I didn't have a PlayStation 1.
I had Dave, my neighbor Dave.
Yeah.
Can I say this? My neighbor Dave chipped it. I had every single game. It was so awesome.
I had two. You put a hard drive in. It was awesome. You'd rent.
No, that was the number 2. For the number 1.
Yeah. Oh no! Did you have it for number 1? I had it for number 2.
Yeah. No, I had a number 1. It was awesome.
I think I gave it to my neighbors in Toronto when we left.
Yeah, the number 1 is one of those things where I wish I didn't do any. I don't know where it went. It just disappeared. Like in the history of your life, it just would at some point.
It became the outdated system, and where it's like, all right.
Yeah, but I had some really good games on that.
I think you sold it. I think you sold it to one of the gaming places to buy more games.
Oh, I know. I used to do that. I sold it probably to get the GameCube or something.
Yeah.
I remember I got the GameCube. I got the GameCube instead of the PlayStation 2, and then I got somewhere around there before that. I think I got I got the Dreamcast, which I wanted to buy that back. Actually, I want to buy that system back.
That was one of the classic. Like that was a good system.
That's a good system, and I'm seeing it around, and so I can get it for about 160. I want to get that back.
That thing was like a design study. It was great.
So awesome.
Yeah.
And Power Stone.
What was Power Stone?
Power Stone is just awesome. That's all you need to know.
Okay, Power Stone is awesome.
Yes, that's all you need to know.
Back to you, Chris.
And then I think I got rid of that when I got the PlayStation 3, and then I got another PlayStation 3, and then I got another PlayStation 3. And
yes, I remember this about the PlayStation 3. I had 2 PlayStation 3s. Sony. just FYI, Sony. I had 2 PlayStation 3s.
Well, the 2 PlayStation 3s that I got last.
Yeah.
Both the okay, one I gave to Matt. One was stolen. One I gave to my dad, and then it died because the one that he had, which was the same generation, had just died. So there was an expiry date.
That's right, son.
on that,
we see you, man.
that model, it was like, I don't know, that's kind of messed up.
Yeah, because my first one died, and I lost all my San Andreas or whatever.
Oh, the saves.
Progress. And they're hurt.
Yeah, I like that when they went to PS3, they started to upload the saves.
Yeah.
So okay, I think we're clearly done talking about VR right now.
We're talking about gaming stuff.
Yeah. All right, so thanks for coming.
Thanks for emceeing once again, and thanks for.
It's it's cool with what we've been talking about. It's a hell of a lot easier to do it.
It's fun. It's fun. We should stick to topics that we love, even though we kind of like the cars. I'm not gonna get a car for like 10 years. This is like I could buy one tomorrow.
The EV stuff. Okay, let's keep talking about the EV stuff because there's some like crazy fun stuff, but. This is way more interesting.
It's just a broader topic that we understand because we've got them in our house already.
Yeah.
I can't talk to the EV about the driving.
Because I'm not going to buy an EV.
Not yet. If they come out with an EV motorcycle that's reasonable, I may purchase one.
Well, I have my car for four more years. 4 more years.
Yeah. Look. I felt her look from across the room.
Is Jean saying you're done now?
Yeah, she's just like, all right, you're off, done. No,
all right.
That was about saying the EV car or the motorcycle.
Oh.
That's what summoned her. For look.
No, you're not getting a new vehicle. No new toys for Simon.
No, I'm not. This is why This is why I'm not allowed to be rich. I'd have the Jay Leno garage. And it would just be dumb.
Did I tell you I saw these people? Yeah, we totally have to get off the air now. But
yes,
I saw these people's house. I walked by their house, and they had like a normal 2-car garage. But when you look inside of it, they had a car elevator, and they had like a Tesla and a Mercedes and like a Mini and something else. I don't remember. They were all.
I'm gonna pretend like I'm disgusted. That base consumerism. So you said how many cars?
They had 4 cars and a 2-car garage.
And where did they get that design? That's right. I would do that in a second.
Yeah. If I had the money and the cars, yeah. Their house backed onto Lake Ontario. So anyway, with that, you have a good night.
All right, you too.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.